Hello and welcome to this video. I will show you today how to prevent bleeding edges on your MIDI or your sound or your lead or your bass note. So we have a little loop track. So just some typical trance sound. So I was trying to analyze if the bass was like good enough. So I used we have oscilloscope, so it's like a wave stuff. So analyze the wave, and I have scope. I'm gonna put them over here so you can see it on the screen. So these two can analyze the wave shape. So we're gonna mute the solo the bassline track, and we're gonna stop all of them so we're not taking so much resources. And so now you can see the bassline, yeah, but as you can see, when it goes through a cycle of one bar, so we got two bass notes, so we got the kick and we got two bass notes, but when it's like recycling, the end of the bass note that's going out here, it's bleeding into the kick, and it's doing the same thing on the other analyzer. And how can we prevent that? We can do it with an automated volume knob, but instead of doing it with all the MIDI clips we have up here, we can do it with a channel with a silent audio clip, because this is gonna be easier, because these MIDI notes, so you can see in here, this is like one bar of, you can see it's actually the same thing. So you can see the wave shape, so it's going, but this one is repeating, yeah, but this one, the bass notes, the MIDI notes, is not repeating, it's just going all the way through. And I think it's 16 or 32, yeah, you can see it in here in the number 32, yeah. But we don't want to make automation all the way through. I will show you. So the first thing you're gonna do, right click and make an audio track, and then you're gonna stop all your MIDI clips over here in this little square, and then you're gonna set the audio from to resample, record, take the solo off, and you're just gonna record some silence. And this should be enough. So you play it together and you see it's going only through one like this. So it's 1 to 1 2. So you're gonna crop it down to 1.2, this little number here. Right click, crop sample, yeah, and you can see it's just silence, yeah. So you're gonna route the sub audio sample, sub bass or whatever you have here to this track. Yeah, you can also use it for multiple tracks. So we're gonna put this one like together, and we can also group them if we want to, but it's probably not necessary. But now you know what it is, so we can put them in like the same color, and put this one purple, and we can put it like sub bass group, whatever, something like this. Sub bass, something like that, yes. And this is our like volume auto whatever. It's just for preventing the bleeding edges on the bass note. You could also record all of them out to like wave and cut them off and do stuff, but we want the control, yes. So in here on this stuff, we're gonna put in a utility. And this utility, we're gonna group. You can also right click and make group. So you're gonna open the macro knobs and map this one and set the output gain to the first one. And you're gonna open up the browsing stuff for the automation, and you're gonna do this. And you're gonna take this one, instead of 35, you're gonna put it on 0. And we're gonna close this one, close the mapping, and you're gonna do it so it's only one knob here. And you're gonna crank this one all the way up, and you have this one, and we call it, Control C, we're gonna take this and rename it to volume auto or whatever you're gonna call it. You can also call it like prevent bleeding or whatever. So right click, and we have to have this, this one have to be played, so it have to be like automated, but we need to take this sub bass and put it in this track. So we're gonna audio to volume auto, yeah, so this audio is gonna be sent into this one. So, and even though this is an audio clip, there's not gonna go any audio to it. It's only for like automation. So right click, show automation, and this automation we're gonna make in here, it's for this track where this audio is going routed into. It's just an easier way to make automation, because instead of like repeating the automation, we're gonna do it one time. So we know that the baseline is starting like 1.13, like here. Yeah. So we're gonna drag this one down from here almost, yeah. And in the end, to prevent the bleeding, almost in the end, yeah, you're gonna make some small like this one. So it's gonna like drop off in the beginning. So now when we have oscilloscope, instead of having them here, we need to put them over in here or in the group, yeah. So we take both of them and put them in the group, yes. And now we're gonna play this and check these ones. And we're gonna solo this one and this one. And why doesn't it work? There's no audio. There's no audio. Why don't we? Audio in. That's why you need to set this one to audio in. And it should be working now. And there's still no audio. I don't understand. This is some of the mistakes that can happen when you do. Oh, it's because it sets to resampling. Ah, external. Come on, no input. Audio from. Oh, I need to set audio from. And I need to check sub bass. That's why sub bass. Come on, give me this one. Sub bass, exactly. Audio in. Sub bass group, exactly. Should be like this. And now we got it. And this one monitor, send volume to. And this one should be send only. So it's not sending any, or so it's only sends only. Yeah. Exactly. So now we're gonna check the sub bass group on this oscilloscope stuff. Ah, no bleeding edges. So now we got a clean bass. So, but when you have like this session view for all your clips, you want this volume automation to be repeating on all of them. So what you're gonna do, you're just gonna right click, control click or command click and drag it up and take it down, and control D all the way down. So now we got it on all the tracks. So now there are no bleeding edges on the bassline. I know this video was a little bit messy, but this is how it is when you do stuff. You're always gonna make mistakes. You're always gonna be making errors and making stuff not correctly. So yeah, this is my take to bleeding edges on bass notes or melody notes or whatever you have. If you want it to be like automated, yes. So we're gonna check this one. Yes.